The circle hook has an intriguing history. It's interesting to see where it's come, and it's gone from one path being primarily a commercial fishery hook. It was developed first for the longline fishery because the hook design is such that one, it hooks the fish pretty well in the corner of the mouth or in the lips. And secondly, the fish once hooked cannot get off. The fish hooks itself essentially by grabbing the baited hook and running off with it. And that's the way a circle hook works.
Well, any way you can reduce, physical trauma to a fish relative to releasing it and minimizing the kind of damage you do to a fish, tissue damage internally, externally, it's a good thing if you're going to let the fish go. And circle hooks are one of those tools that have been shown in a number of studies, now granted not all studies, but a number of studies, to minimize physical trauma. And that's really what the goal is. So if you've got circle hooks that end up primarily in the jaw of the fish, which is a bony structure that's not going to create a lot of long-term damage, then that's a great thing in terms of the survivorship of the animal.
It reduces the amount of mortality associated with that catch and release effort, which helps to improve the stock status of these populations. So certainly circle hooks have a very important place in managing these fisheries. But what we have to do is get the word out that yes, your catch rates will be as high as they were with J hooks, and you will not, you're not going to be wasting your time out there pulling these various baits.
2003 was the first year that we really saw more than 2 or 3 boats using circle hooks routinely. And now there's probably 10% of the boats in the tournaments are using circle hooks routinely. And we hope to see that number grow when people learn how to use them.
Which down in Mexico, I fished the first 2 days with J hooks. And I was docked next to Arch, and my mate conned Jordan out of maybe a dozen circle hooks, and we put them out there the next day. And we caught up, most every one of them that day to the circle hook. We were doing a lot better. So I went up there and I called back here to Billy McGaskill, and I was getting 500 hooks or 1,000 hooks sent to me. And Jim at Hacienda gave me 500 hooks. Said, if you're willing to use them, here they are. And that's all we used exclusively in Mexico. And in 39 days, we caught around 425. And I'm gonna say less than 20 fish were caught on J hooks.
We're gonna run 4 wind-ons way back, then we're gonna fish our normal spread, dink baits, swimming, circle hook rigs, short riggers, flat lines around the boat. 2 teasers, identical teasers on both sides. We'll see which one gets the bite. What we have here is a 7/0 circle hook with a 1/4 ounce egg sinker through the eye sockets. This bait's set up for a swimming bait. Nice job. You didn't get it in there.
Nice. Woo! Come on, let him go.
Circle hooks are going to have different impacts in different fisheries, but in the billfish fishery, if you're using a natural bait, you should be using a circle hook. Because if you're going to be releasing that animal, your goal is for that animal to survive once you've released it. So why not use a circle hook that's going to promote the survival of the animal once it's released?